Alright guys, this is a quick video on some of my modifications and updates on my 2014 CRF250L. Date of this update is 6/26/2016. I'm going to just start right here on the seat. This is a custom Corbin saddle or seat, and this one is all leather. These are custom ordered and made by Corbin. One of the best enhancements you can do for this bike, because the stock seat, if you do any amount of riding, is really rough on the butt. A little pricey, but very, very nice. I'm not going to take the seat off, but underneath the seat there's a EJF or EJK fuel controller, which is used to map the fuel and oxygen to tweak it to your modifications. Highly recommend this if you're going to start doing any mods on the bike. And the air box, which is also under the seat, has been modified. There's a bigger snorkel or opening in it, as well as a couple holes, and I've changed the air filter over to the Australian version, which is called a Unifilter. And one other thing that's under the seat that you won't see is a speedometer recalibrator, because when you start tweaking tires or gears, your speedometer reads wrong, and that corrects for that. Okay, some other major mods, as you can see right here. This is a Yoshimura RS-4. Awesome exhaust and header. When you do this, you do have to, I reuse my heat shield off of the stock muffler. This comes with a quiet insert. I have the one in it now that has a spark arrestor. I've added a Flatlands racing rack on the back, which does involve drilling 4 holes, no biggie though. Back here, this is called a tail tidy or a tail light reducer. The big one was huge monstrosity that comes stock. This tidies it up. These are LED flashers, or a little smaller LED backup or tail light, brake light, and back license light. Also, you can see right here, different tires. The stock tires on this bike sucked. This is actually my 3rd set. I love these. These are the Pirelli XCMH. There's the back, here's the front. These are awesome tires. Not the greatest on the road, but off-road, incredible, just incredible. Love them. Okay, highly recommend that. One I ran before this were the Kenda 270s, which were kind of an in-between. Much better off-road, better on-road, but I do some riding with my kids off-road, and those just weren't cutting it, so these have upped my game considerably. So go up here to the handlebar assembly here. These are the Tusk 30mm risers, which lift your handlebar up, which enables you to be able to ride standing on the bike, which is essential if you do any off-road. Okay, got a mount for my camera, mount for my video camera. This is a USB plug here. This is actually wired down here. This is the original plug here for the battery tender, and I plug into it to turn on the USB, and if I need to charge the battery, I can just unplug it and plug in the tender. Pillow top grips, highly recommend these for any amount of extended riding. Incredible. These are the Ram dual sport mirrors. They're adjustable. I can fold them completely, out of the way, whatever I need to do if I go off-road riding. So really recommend these. Very versatile. Zeta XC bark busters, hand guards, whatever you want to call them. These have the can hardly see it here because of how it's aiming, but they're the integrated flasher right here. I'll show you those in a minute. I love those. They got rid of the big bulky one that came out right here. Okay, one of my next major upgrades is the front forks have been upgraded to Racetech fork suspension quality. This involved ordering a kit that added another spring. The stock springs that come in these, or the stock forks, only have 1 spring, and they're just made for road riding only. Very inferior for anything off-road or wheelies or anything. So when you buy the kit, you get another spring that goes in the fork that didn't have one. You get the gold valve kit, and I also did SKF seals for the forks. I didn't know how to do these myself, so I did use a shop to install them for me, but some people do them themselves. So that's up to you guys. All right, so over here, Flatlands Racing radiator guard. Big upgrade if you do anything off-road. The stock plastic one really offers no protection. I also did Tusk, or Hammerhead rather, shifter lever. Nice, it folds out of the way if you lay the bike down. Highly recommend this. These are Flow foot pads, whatever you want to call them. They're wider, more stable, and have these nice cleats so you don't slip on them at all. And then this is the Zeta front sprocket protector, which is nice. It clears mud a lot better than the stock one. I'm going to go over here first and then come back and talk about my gearing. On this side, I did do the RFX. There's a couple companies that make this brake lever. Same thing, wider foot pad, spikes on it to help get a good traction. You can also see down here, Flatland Racing skid guard. Very, very important if you do any off-road. It really protects the undercarriage nicely. The water pump was protected better here. I've had things fly up and hit my skid plate. I can hear it when they do, and I'm awful thankful it's there when that happens. So, okay, back over here. One other thing, if you want to do any fun stuff, front sprocket stock on this bike is a 14 tooth. I've lowered it to a 13 tooth, which effectively lowers the gearing. Rear sprocket stock is a 40 tooth, and I've upped it to a 42 tooth. So I went from 1440 to 1342. This makes all the difference in the bike's low end torque and responsiveness, and it actually did not adversely affect the top speed much at all. I still go 65-70 miles an hour, which is faster than I need to go on a bike like this. This chain guard here was upgraded from the stupid plastic one that came with it. Does the job, as was the lower guide. You reuse the stock plastic portion. It's just the outer metal portion that gets replaced, and it's a much sturdier version. All right, last major thing I wanted to say that I did. Highly recommend everybody do. I did this myself, and I haven't motorheaded in a long time. The stock clutch that's on this bike has what's called a judder spring system in it. It's really a sucky system. I guess it has its purpose for just road riding, but if you get off road and you really want to get on it, want to do wheelies, any quick accelerated takeoffs, the judder spring has a built-in slippage to it. Some guys on some of the forums had done some experimenting and discovered that the CRF, I believe it is the 250R clutch pack, is a direct replacement for this. And you eliminate the judder spring assembly when you do it. You reuse some of the inner metal plates though, but it's not hard. And also the springs that are in it came off of a CBR 300 and are much heavier duty and make a big difference. I now pop first and second gear wheelies very easily. I hear people online saying they even do third gear wheelies with this setup. So their technique must just be better than mine. So, but highly recommend that. So that's that. I think I've pretty much gotten it. The only thing I have left to do, the rear monoshock I'm going to replace with a Race Tech one as well. I just haven't been able to swing that financially yet. And otherwise, this bike is really about where I want it now. All right, real quick video here. You can hear it.